Hey Virgo, welcome to your week ahead, July 21st to July 28th, 2019. This is for all Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Virgo, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so let's get into your reading. Virgo, you had three cards that came out as your theme in the week ahead. Three. So let's get into that. The first one, Virgo, is you got the Lady of Lightning. Surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of the energies that you're dealing with that is part of your theme in the week ahead, Virgo. And it's a 35, which reduces to an 8. So you could be dealing with some change or trying to create change. Or you may be looking at how to reevaluate or needing to reevaluate in your week ahead with the changes that occur. Some of these changes the changes for some of you will be a surprise that is positive. But for many of you, I feel that this is change that is a shock. There's some sort of shock to whatever is shifting in your world. Now, that shock can be good or bad. So be mindful of this with regard to what side of this you are going to end up on by being prepared nonetheless. You also have the Fire Prince, Optimism, Aggression, which is a 40 and reduces to a 4. So you could be focused on your stability or how to restructure or rebuild your stability and security in the week ahead. So there could be a shock to your resources or your stability, but I feel like there's a window of you being able to be prepared for it or to be mindful of this possibility and do what you can to be as prepared for it when it comes. Again, this is something that is a surprise, but it's a surprise that could be good, but it also is a surprise that could be a shock that could not be. But either way, there's some sort of shift happening for you, Virgo, that you have to be able to adapt to or flow with. Now, your third energy in the week ahead that is your theme is you have the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, detachment. It's a 10, which reduces to a 1. So this is you focusing on the potential for what it is that you want to do or aiming for and your ability to achieve it. But also you could be focused on needing to recenter, to regroup, and through you coming up with how to target or needing to target and focus on how to reset, regroup, recenter, reorganize, readjust. And so this is you needing to be sure in your aim. This is about you needing to be focused. This is about you needing to set your intentions for what it is you're trying to reach or realize or achieve. And then do what you can do, the best that you can do, and then fucking detach from that shit. Meaning, don't go obsessing over it. Don't go overthinking it. Don't go worrying about it, getting frustrated. Set your intention, realize your aim, take your shot to the best of your ability, and move on. Don't put no emotions stirring in the pot or, ruminating thoughts. So your focus, Virgo, you have two cards. The Eight of Swords clarified with the Eight of Cups. So two eights. So again, with two eights here, this is talking about change or you needing to reevaluate as changes coming in or to make changes. Also with the eight, this is about, you know, perhaps you focusing on what you can earn or problem solving, or you may be looking for favors to be repaid or seeking favors in some way. You also could be looking at how to regenerate and have movement. And you are needing to perhaps have a real assessment of the situation so that you know how to fine tune it. And you may need to learn how to do that. And so with this Eight of Swords, this is you focusing on um, restrictions, limitations, and constraints. There may be a need for you to operate within some confines, constraints, or limitations or restrictions that are being imposed or that you're dealing with, because someone is looking but not helping you. Okay? So that may be what you're confined or experiencing constraint with, is that someone that should be in a position to help may not be. And so with the Eight of Cups here, or this may be you needing to be mindful of how you are helpful, or determine what kind of help you need to be or will give, being mindful of whether or not this is going to cause you any limitations or restrictions for yourself. But I gotta say, Virgo, you got like this is an old ass man. So are you using wisdom? But then again, if you were, why is he chained, tied up, right? Or you may be trying to see how to create limitation, no, create or can create some constraints for somebody else. Now, it's also possible, what's coming to me is, Virgo, you could be witnessing somebody locked up, or somebody could be witnessing your ass locked up. I mean, like, I'm talking about jail, right? But with this Eight of Cups here, this is about trying to focus on how to move on. Or this is about you actually being able to move on and get out of Dodge, because he's like, you see in the shadow, he's on this horse and he's out of here. He's in quick, fast, in a hurry. So you could be trying to focus on how to avoid restriction or figure out how to come out of restrictions or limitations. And you may be experiencing difficulties concerning others in this regard. And you may be looking to get the fuck out of Dodge. But somebody may be moving on from you, or you moving on from somebody. But this is you focusing on how to move on and move on quickly. This is not somebody who is this doesn't feel like, okay, if this somebody is, if this, with this image, even if he unfulfilled, what he is definitely certain is that he moving on, he getting the hell up out of there, right? So I feel like, Virgo, this is you gaining that wisdom and clarity and focused on avoiding any limitations, restrictions, or constraints that could happen at the hand of somebody else, whether intentional or unintentional. I feel like you tired of this too, because he old. It's like you keep finding yourself in a bind, or trying to figure out how to get out of a bind or avoid a bind. And you keep, as it has to do with someone else or others, finding yourself in that kind of predicament as a result of who you deal with. And either their lack of action, but or lack of motivation. But this is you trying to be released, or not get caught up behind you or others. But be mindful with the Eight of Swords. This here is about being trapped in your mind and self-imposed prison. So perhaps, Virgo, this is a scenario where you keep tripping yourself up, or this is you realizing that because you've been finding yourself doing the same old shit for so long. Look how old he looked. That now you're focusing on that no longer happening and looking at how to free yourself or stay free, and you are focusing on moving on as quickly as possible emotionally from debilitating mental processing that you may be thinking that cause you to feel stuck or trapped or needing to. But you will know what side of this you're on. But this is about you experiencing some sort of restriction, limitation, or constraint. But there's a chain around him and there's a lock here. I feel like somebody going to jail. Somebody's ass going to jail. Now this is either you or somebody you know, Virgo. And whatever this is, you moving on from being emotionally unfulfilled and quickly. And so in the recent past, you do have the Two of Coins and the Nine of Coins. So this could be around your money and finances, or this could be around your resources. This could do with work. This could do with the connection or relationships, but anything in your material physical world. And in the recent past, I feel like you had to juggle, or who you were dealing with, there was some sort of juggle, an imbalance, where as a result you had to figure out how to balance and be resourceful so that you can gain in the situation and be okay and still be comfortable. I feel that you were able to achieve this in the recent past, but you weren't happy about the change or a decision or an imbalance or what it took to bring that balance and be resourceful at doing it. You may have had to let something go, give something up. But the adjustment, I feel that you were able to have balance, but there's something about that balance, something about you with this Two of Coins where you weren't quite satisfied or quite happy either with someone or what's surrounding the situation. That balance is needed in the recent past, or change, or needing to juggle. And this, I feel, it could be around your money and finances. You may have had to damn near look under a rock to adapt to what was happening here in the recent past. So in the present, you do have the Nine of Cups with the Seven of Cups. So water on water. In the past, you got earth on earth. In the present, you got water on water. Nine of Cups with the Seven of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups usually talk about wish fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, right? Or it can talk about overindulgence, being greedy. And together with the Seven of Cups, in this particular image, it's like he finds what he wants, or he finds the option, or perhaps this is the only option, right? But where he's looking, his options, he don't have any options. He only has the one, while this person over here is like in a pool of options, right? No, correction, not a pool of options. This person over there is looking for options too. So maybe in the present, you or who you're dealing with, because we have the cups, this could be friendships, connections, family, where you were seeking satisfaction, and at present you were able to get some satisfaction or some contentment. No, you were able to get some satisfaction, but not quite get contentment in a situation because you only had one option. You didn't have options, or you didn't have a choice in a situation. You only had this one thing. But it's like whoever it involves, if it involves someone else or others, they too were limited, and they were still looking for theirs, trying to find it, trying to find the option. You had an option, while who is involved or could be concerning this in the present is still looking for options. And so you are able to at present have satisfaction, but not exactly contentment. And if it involves others, they are seeking satisfaction and contentment and trying to find an option, trying to find their options. So in the future, Virgo, you got this Knight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So in the future, you're looking to see and wait and see, I feel. Because this knight is not on any horse, but this knight is standing but on guard. And knights bring about events. So this is you perhaps planning or trying to be or focusing on being logical and being alert and cognizant of avoiding being stolen on, avoiding any lies or deceit, avoiding any trickery, any deception by others or yourself. This is you being mindful to stay focused on the escape and to not get caught up. This is you focusing on not getting caught up, because see, back here in the background there's somebody in the shadow, and then these two is like whatever the hell they doing. Do they even see what's going on back there? There's somebody's back there in the cut. And so you are recognizing this in the future, that some bullshit could be thrown in the game, even though there's supposed to be a strategy, there's supposed to be an understanding, or perhaps you're trying to see how something's going to play out in terms of a strategy. What's interesting here in this Seven of Swords is that there is two people here and one in the background. So this is definitely involving others. And as it involves others, somebody may not be paying attention in the future, or someone isn't planning and strategizing to avoid any deception or betrayal or setbacks or dangers. So it's like you are staying alert to any possible dangers to your plans, or you are mindful to watch out for who this is involving with for you. However, someone or others is connected to you. Perhaps you're waiting on your money, or waiting for how someone will be of support to you, and they may be experiencing some setbacks themselves or making poor plans. And in the future, you may have been only given one alternative that is supposed to have some realization for you also in the future, and you being mindful, because whatever happened in the past didn't quite pan out, I feel. And so now you being more alert, more cognizant, and you being on guard, and you're focusing on protecting yourself so that you don't experience any sabotage or be sabotaged at the hand of others or sabotage yourself. So I feel like whatever's going on in the future, you're not exactly trusting it or trusting someone. And this is you focusing on how to be careful to plan around that. So that if anything comes up unexpected for you or who you're dealing with, you'll be okay. Your attitude is the Knight of Cups. Notice with this Knight of Cups, he's old, but I feel like this Knight of Cups is gaining wisdom. This Knight of Cups is gaining some wisdom, but also that this Knight of Cups is looking for opportunities, offers. But also I feel like you are tired of having to always figure out how you're going to get an opportunity or an offer. But I also feel like, Virgo, you are tired of waiting and hoping and looking for your dreams to come true. It's like you've been waiting a long time for a dream to come true and it hasn't. And you're like, okay, what the fuck? I want to see my dream. I want to see my wish. I want to see what I've been fantasizing about finally happen. Perhaps you have waited a long time for something that you've been fantasizing about, and you may be coming to a place of realizing it. But for the most part, with the Knight of Cups, this is about you being determined and focused through your wisdom or through the use of wisdom on being aware to opportunities and offers, but also understanding that some opportunities and offers, though intended, you learn that it doesn't always happen the way it was intended. And so you've learned about things concerning opportunities and offers that you are looking to seize or receive or even give. But there was a lesson here, or there is a lesson here around that. And you perhaps needing to be more self-reliant or be open to the opportunities and offers, but from a protective stance, just in case that shit don't happen, just in case you can't seize that shit, just in case it don't come through, just in case you need to do something else, be ready to do it. So your concern is the Magician. Could be dealing with the Aries, could be dealing with an Aquarius. But with the Magician, here's your concern. You may be concerned about your ability to manifest through your skill and ability and talents and take action and influence your circumstances and have the power to manifest and initiate what you need and want in a situation. So my question is it because you may be lacking tools or you're not seeing clearly? Because in this image, she's in the night and under the moonlight. So are you illusioned to, or you don't want to be illusioned about what can be manifested? You may be concerned about whether or not something will manifest, whether something will be created for you, or that you can have the power to influence. But this Magician, he doesn't seem to be, he seems to be like a little off the job. He looks a little sleepy. Maybe even sleep. So you might be concerned that, you missed something, or you might be concerned that if it's involving someone else that you're looking to manifest something for you that you need or want or desire. If they sleeping on the job, if they slacking, if they lacking. But the concern is whether or not to manifest, whether or not you can manifest and create what you want, whether you make the mark. And you might be concerned about whether or not, to what degree should you be aggressive or assertive, or you may be concerned about the lack of optimism towards you being able to manifest what you want and desire for yourself. And so your challenge, Virgo, is you do have this King of Coins and you got this Three of Cups. That's your challenge. So the King of Coins is the master of his suit, earth energy. Um, with this king, the king normally has the Midas touch. Whatever he wants, he can create, because he is a planner. He's very decisive. He is very successful with his plans. And with this particular King of Coins as your challenge, you may have an issue with being able to successfully get what you want, achieve, gain what you want in a situation that is a resource or money. And the challenge here is whether or not you get that cooperation and support from others. You also could be experiencing the challenge of, this King of Coins, he's old. So you may have been trying to manage and be successful for a long time at trying to achieve some sort of success and through the support of others. But that you've been at it for a long time, and I feel like there's some sort of inflexibility or rigidity here, because this King of Coins, he doesn't look like he is flourishing or has all that success. In fact, this may be the challenge of being grounded and being able to hold your own in a challenging time where you normally are able to have success and get what you want and have that comfort, and there may be a struggle with you being able to have that comfort. And so the challenge of the King of Coins here is for you to stay grounded, to use wisdom. You see the red here, he has on the red stone, to stay focused on how you can survive, remain secure, and feel safe in your circumstances. This is about you not growing any anxiety or becoming ungrounded when you may be involved with others where the cooperation or support is challenging, or you're not getting the way that is needed. Or this may be a time where, there's a need for you to be more flexible about your support system for what others may or may not be able to do for you, or for what you may need to be able to do for others or need to do. But the challenge here of the King of Coins is definitely wisdom and remaining grounded and being able to hold up in a period of adversity where others are concerned and still manage to figure out how to hit the mark, even if what you create doesn't exactly yield the level of success that you would like, but enough success to get you through. And so your likely outcome, that is also your advice, is you got this 10 of Wands and the 10 of Coins and the 10 of Wands. This is 2 tens. So something is coming to an end and something new is beginning. But with the 10 of Coins as your outcome, this is about you needing to focus on how to restore, how to build, how to sustain. and be able to hold up in any adversities that you may be burdened by. I feel that there's a need with this Ten of Wands for you to let go of your burdens or figure out how to release yourself or relieve yourself of your burdens, or to be mindful to do so by you doing what you can to survive and secure your needs, and remaining grounded and level-headed about your responsibilities, and for you to not slack on your own responsibilities, so that what you gained or what you're trying to restore or build or sustain doesn't end up scattered or difficult to maintain. So don't become overburdened. Focus on how to bring it into your burden. Focus on how to have a fresh start or bridge the gap if there's gaps. Focus on how to transition, or perhaps seeing how to renew or prepare. But also, this is about you focusing on what you can do to renew and culminate, keep intact, or maybe reinstate. So let's take a look at what your guidance is, Virgo. You have two cards that came out. Because I just got to say, with this Ten of Coins, this doesn't look very... This looks like there's issues with stability. There's issues with restoration. This looks like there's issues with sustaining. Because see, there's wealth here. But it's like there is wealth and abundance here, but it's about how you handle it. I feel it's about, I want you to understand that I do feel that there's the ability to sustain, or that you do sustain, but it's about by how much, and based on whether or not you are going to take responsibility of your responsibilities in an assertive way, because this dragon looks lazy as hell about things right now. And so there's a need for you to be proactive so that you can ensure your gain, because gain is here. It's about by how much. So your guidance, Mountain Goat. There's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. See? There you go. Be mindful, Virgo. There's something, even if it's not out of balance right now, something's going to be out of balance, and it's going to be a shock or surprise to your ass. Prepare now. This, I feel, is connected with money and finances. This could be to do around family. There could be a change because somebody going to jail. I hope that's not you. Your other piece of guidance is the Cardinal. The polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. So do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. Okay? So, as it has to do with your resources, as it has to do with your pursuits, your spiritual pursuits, your physical pleasures, that shit needs to be balanced. Something's not right. Something's out of balance here. You're doing too much of something, or you're not doing enough of something, or both. And there's a need for you to address this and do whatever you need to correct it, so that it is brought back under balance and it doesn't get too out of control, or any more out of control. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.